So today, we need to look at how these water reservoirs get polluted. What is the impact? Well, we know, like generally, we know what the impact is. It has a negative impact on our ecosystem. It has negative impact on our water supply. But to what degree? So we're going to look at two specific routes of water pollution: point source and non-point source. And you saw that in your vocabulary cards, right? Yes? No?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't look at them? So it's important to read them as you cut them out. All right? So it's important that you read them as you cut them out. I have a video just to kind of help you connect to what type of crisis we could be in the state of North Carolina, or what type of water crisis other states could be in. But this is a serious issue, and I think if you can understand it from a personal level, then you will have a better understanding. You don't have to take notes, but I want you to just pay very close attention to how these water resources are being polluted. So I need everybody sitting up: Aaron, Yalea, Uko.
It would be nice if you could jump off your boat and not worry about what you're going to get. Here's our little baby. That could be a great swimming platform if you trusted the water to be safe.
Each summer, tourists flock to Newport, Rhode Island, drawn by its quaint harbor and sandy beaches. Many of them miss. When it rains, Newport's harbor and beaches become polluted by human and animal species.
The problems with the sewage pipe separate the storm drains from the sanitary drains, so when it rains, we don't want poop into the harbor.
There are two sources to Newport's water pollution. The city has an old combined sewer system that gets overburdened by stormwater runoff and often overflows into the harbor. The other, more insidious problem stems from the stormwater itself, which carries animal feces, oil, and other pollutants onto popular beaches on the island. Nearly 40 years after the Clean Water Act, which was meant to stop such pollution, both of these issues persist, and not only here, but in hundreds of communities across the country, including New York City, Cincinnati, and LA.
It's a financial problem. We are still experiencing the same kind of pollution overflows every time there's a heavy rain that we have seen for years and years and years. The problem simply can't be diluted. It has to be addressed.
Newport's wastewater treatment plant has been discharging over the legal limit since the Clean Water Act of 1972, and yet the city has never been fined by the EPA, punishment that might otherwise encourage the city to stop polluting. Mr. Roble is one of several residents now suing the city and asking government authorities to be stricter in enforcing its clean water laws.
This is the Van Zandt Pier. In the summertime, this is mobbed with local kids. This is a famous swimming spot for them. And just between here and the lighthouse is a major sewage outfall. So when the tide is coming in, the sewage in the water is going up the bay.
The city began work to separate storm drains from sewer drains in the 1980s, but progress slowed. So far, in 2009, the city has flushed nearly 70 million gallons of combined sewage, included stormwater, into the harbor. Such practices were acceptable 40 years ago, but no longer.
When there was wet weather, it just discharged into the harbor. I guess dilution was the solution to pollution.
Julia Forge is Newport's utility director.
We are facing the same challenges that any of the older communities, Boston, New York, Chicago, they were developed as a combined system, and they see the same issues that we're seeing. Newport is actually improving from where we were. If you took a snapshot of where we were in the 70s, are we where we should be? I would say no, but we are working to address the issues.
So I'm not going to play the whole video, but just what are some what are some sources of these pollutants from the video? Amaya, speak up. Sewer drains, what? So the sewer was draining into the harbor. How was it getting there? How was it getting there? Brianna. Exactly. So we're going to look at what are some sources of pollutants based on how they're getting into our water supply. How are they getting into? What is driving those pollutants in our water supply? Okay? So go ahead, set up your Cornell notes. Okay? So if you look at this, I want you to jot down this question on the left. Jot this question on the left. Where does water pollution come from? And I just want you to just make bullet points real quickly. At 0, in your opinion, you're making a prediction. Where does water pollution come from? You can go back. You can go back from the video. You can look at the pictures. All right? Quickly. Where does water pollution come from? At 0. Jot them down. Your prediction should be on the right. Questions should be on the left. That's your main idea. Supporting details will be on the right. Those will be your bullet points. You should be writing, Andrew. Should be writing. Thank you. Should be writing. Your old notebook. We're not using a new notebook until tomorrow. Write it on a piece of paper. Transfer it tomorrow. I really don't want you to use this notebook because it's a certain way that I want you to set it up. You understand what I'm saying? Can you? Okay. But I'm gonna give this to you. Don't write it in until tomorrow. Okay? Alright, so give me some responses. Where does water pollution come from? I heard from Amaya. Go ahead, Amaya. Humans and animals. Good. Everyone's hand should be raised. Everyone's hand should be raised. Micaiah, where would be another source? What would be another source of water pollutants? Runoff. Good. Derek.
Maybe like greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases.
Greenhouse gases. Where are those greenhouse gases coming from?
Burning stuff.
I can't hear you.
Burning stuff
Burning stuff. So what are you talking about? You're talking about, like, be more specific. Come on.
like oil spills, I guess.
Okay, so you changed your answer. So now you're saying oil spills now? Okay, good. Anyone else? Zion. Okay. Sewage what?
Sewage drainage.
Sewage drainage. Good. Aaron? Overflow of what? Let's be more specific. The sewage overflow. So I keep hearing sewage overflow. I keep hearing like how water is spilling off or running off. Those are all very good answers. Yeah, Phoenix? Landfills. So all those are very, very good predictions. So we're going to pinpoint what specific type of pollutant is considered point source and non-point source. When you see this word, point source, I want you to highlight the word direct or underline direct. It comes directly from the place where the pollutant is. Pollutant comes derived from the word pollution. Okay? I want you to underline direct. direct. Okay? So when you see point source, you will understand it's talking about what? It's a direct source of pollution. So, let me give you a real life example. Let's say I'm working at a lab. I'm working at a chemistry lab, right? And I have this bottle of chemical that I'm trying to get rid of. So instead of disposing of it properly, I just go to one of the big sinks in our lab and I just unscrew the top, pour it down the drain. Is that considered a point source pollution or a non-point source? Say what? Why you say it's point source? I'm pouring it down the drain.
Oh, that's not direct for a point source because you're pouring it down the drain and the drain it's not directly in the ocean or the water.
So it's not directly right. So that it could go anywhere, right? So would that chemical be hard to find or would it be easy to find? It would be hard to find, right? Non-point source, which is a good segue into the next. Thank you, Kim. So all these chemicals and all these pollutants, and we're not just sewage. It is one. There's a break in the sewage line. Okay. But these particular sources, they're all going to one place from different sources. Excellent, excellent, Micaiah. So I want you